Isiah Pacheco is a question mark going forward. The reporting out of the locker room, Jeff Darlington of ESPN, in both a walking boot and on crutches, and I reported at halftime of the game last night, the concern is the fibula. That's the calf bone, the thin bone that comes together with the tibia. I had to be very careful. Tibia, fibula. Fibia, tibula.
I add the ULA to both of them. I don't think I've ever got them right.
This is one of the products of 7 years. 7 years with the Rhodes Scholar from the University of Texas. I have the card where I wrote fibula in big letters just to be sure I said fibula. Yes,
I got you.
But that's a concern, and we'll know more today. He was very emotional after the game. They got Carson Steele, who's technically listed as a fullback.
Yep.
And they got Samaje Perine.
Right.
And that's it.
Yes.
They got a guy on the practice squad, a couple of guys. He's on the NFI list.
Right.
Jerick McKinnon is out there. That's the most obvious, hey, Jerick, are you in shape? Let's go. It's not like there's a bunch of guys floating around.
No, it doesn't seem
especially
like
guys who know the offense.
I will say that.
Especially Jerick McKinnon and LaShawn McCoy at this point. I mean, who else is out there?
I can't recall or think of anybody off the top of my head that we're missing there. But it's a little concerning if Pacheco's not there. That changes their attitude. It gives them a physical nature and a no-nonsense attitude on the offensive side of the ball. That's important, and it's a big drop-off between the other guys they got there. I think you couple that with, hey, Hollywood Brown hurt and done for the year most likely, I think officially, right?
Yep.
And then
until January.
Until January, right? And then you get into, I know Xavier Worthy had the big first game, right? But at the same time, I'm not ready to sit here and tell you that I think Xavier Worthy's ready to take over the NFL or become a big-time number 2 on a consistent basis at wide receiver. You heard some comments out of Cincinnati this week, and this is what was kind of the knock on Xavier Worthy when he was coming out of college. He's just a straight liner. You know, if people get their hands on him, can he handle the contact there? So I worry about their offense a little bit in that capacity. Without Hollywood, Xavier Worthy still being a young guy who's getting used to the NFL, I don't think Kelsey is the same takeover superstar tight end that he once was. So now there's a lot on Rashee Rice there without Pacheco in the run game, and that's what I do worry about for the Chiefs a little bit.
Well, and the Worthy point was interesting because Rodney Harrison made that observation.
Right.
And then Worthy has a couple of touchdowns. Exactly. And it's like, oh, Rodney's an idiot. But it doesn't change. Just because the guy's one good game, he is skinny.
And it was a reverse and a blown coverage, let's not forget. Right. You know what I mean?
This is not a guy that's going to be Terrell Owens. This is not a guy that is going to be, big-bodied, pushing guys around. And we've seen it before. When you're a little undersized like that, you get manhandled at the line of scrimmage, can't get off the jam. Right. Yeah, it doesn't mean he's I'd have more faith in Rashee Rice, especially that's a complicated offense.
Yeah, that's their guy. You're right about that. Rashee Rice will be the guy. What I worry about is it's just going to be all him, and defenses are going to be able to focus that on a little bit going forward. But, man, the Chiefs 2-0 against – hey, two teams that are 0-2 that they looked at to go, wait, we're going to be fighting for home field advantage with them. They got the leg up on the great AFC North, powers to be there in the Bengals and the Ravens, and that's incredible. And Cincinnati, this is common ground for them. It's incredible, but I do think they look better yesterday, and you see some positives there to think they can string together some wins here.
And between the Bengals and the Ravens are both 0-2. That's great news for the Chiefs, but they got to kick it in a little bit. They're looking up at the 2-0 Steelers.
Yeah, right.
In both of the Norths, the teams that went into the season on paper as the worst, some may say my two favorite teams.
Right.
They're 2-0, looking down at everybody else. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
It's only 2 weeks, but it really is amazing.
It is amazing. What's amazing about the NFL with the salary cap, free agency. The teams are so even, especially if it's 4 good teams like we see in that division or those 2 divisions and conferences, and it's the margin of error is very few and far between between some of these good teams, and Minnesota and Pittsburgh certainly are sitting pretty right now.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.